Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. I'm in a new location, traveling as always, but I gotta give you this beautiful content. So, this is week two of the friendship series. Week two of the friendship series. So excited to get into this week. So, the question slash thought I have for you this week is: do you know what kind of friend you are? Do you know what kind of friend you are? Now, that question seems simple, right? It seems like a no-brainer. Of course I know what kind of friend I am. I got friends, but something I had to do a couple years ago is ask the people that are close around me, ask them what kind of friend I am. Because it helps you in a lot of ways. So the first way it helps you is that it helps you understand the perspective of other people. Do they see me as a good friend? Do they see things that's lacking within me as a friend? Do they see me as someone that they could depend on? Do they see me as the style of friend that they're looking for, things of that nature. Also, what it does is that it allows you to understand who you are as a person, because the best way to figure out, not the only way, but the best way to figure out what kind of person you are is by the people you're associated with. You've heard this all the time, the old adage that you are the sum of the people around you or the people that you keep, the influences, the perspectives, things of that nature. Not to say that you're not an individual. You're individualist, you're unique, you're special. Nothing wrong with that. But most of the time we tend to gravitate towards the friends that we are like-minded with. So you have to understand what kind of friend you are, because it allows you to realize, what are you influencing? What kind of presence are you influencing into the world? What kind of perspective are you giving to the world? Now, let's break this down. Let's break it down. So, when it comes to the friend that you are, there are many different kind of friends. And there's many styles of friendship as well. You may be a distant friend. Maybe you check on people. Maybe you're a friend that's very engaging. Maybe you're an intimate friend, like you like to be very personal with your friends. Maybe you're a person that is a check-in friend, a friend that just checks in and sees how people are doing and they check out. Maybe you're a friend that likes to go to all the events, make sure their presence is known. Or you may be a friend that's a good phone call person. You just talk on the phone, maybe not a person. Or you're a good texter. You may be that type of friend. There's a lot of different friends, and each friendship style may accommodate a different person. That's why it's good for you to figure out what kind of friend you are to individual people. Some people may say, oh, you're very intimate with me. Other people is like, well, I see you as a distant friend. We only talk on occasion type of thing. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to realize the type of friend that you are, so you don't become a cookie cutter friend. What a cookie cutter friend, at least in my opinion, is someone that tries to act the same around everybody. Not to say that you're fake or things of that nature, but you tend to try to give the same energy to everybody, but everybody doesn't need that energy. If you are a person that you're trying to be friends with someone that's very outgoing, they don't need your energy. They got enough energy for themselves and for you. But if you are a quiet person and a person that, likes to, if you have a friend that's very quiet and you come with all the energy, they may not like that. They may be like, okay, well, can you tone it down? We can probably have a deep intellectual conversation, but maybe we can tone down the energy a little bit, because they don't really like that. So as I said before, it not only helps the people, but it also helps you. It allows you to see the things that you can do better. Not to say that you're a bad friend. And if you are the person that people come to and say, you know what, I think you could do better, or your friendships are moving, or you're the person that's trying to figure out how to make better friends or different kind of friends, reevaluate, ask the people that you are close with, and maybe your family members, ask them, do you think I'm a good friend to you? Yeah, you could be friends to your family members. You could be friends to your significant other. As I said before, the greatest friendship to me is your best friend, and your best friend should be your significant other. You could have other best friends outside of your intimate relationship, but your significant other should be a best friend to you, because you spend the most of the time with them. You talk to them the most. You should be going out and enjoying each other's company. You should be. So they should be your best friend. You should ask them, do you see me as a good friend? Not to say you got to be the perfect friend. No one's perfect, so there's no perfect friendships. But are you a good friend to them? Remember your style according to the person. Not to say that you need to automatically shift your way of thinking just because you're meeting someone else. But what it does show is that you're being understanding of that person's personality, just like you would want someone to be understanding of your style. If you're a type of person that's very introverted, likes to read books, likes to spend time at home, doesn't really like to be in big crowds and settings, you may get anxious. But the person keeps trying to force you to go out to parties, try to go to clubs, things of that nature, big old concerts, and you're just not feeling it. You won't see them as a friend. You might see them as someone that's trying to push you to be like them. But you don't want to be that person that's doing the same thing. That's why it's important to say, hey, let me read this person. Let me listen to this person. Let me understand this person. Let me figure out, well, what kind of friend can I be to them? We lose sight and we lose a lot of friendships because we think that we have to be the same way with every single person. You do not. Maybe you have an artistic side to you, and you have a friend that's very artistic. Maybe you have a friend that's very mathematical, and you guys could talk about calculations and coding and things of that nature. Maybe you're a friend that likes to talk about TV shows and movies, and you can talk to them about them. Maybe you are a nerd like me that likes Marvel and DC and all of these variant comics and all these different stuff, and they want to talk about that stuff. Or maybe you person that likes anime and manga and they just like to talk about that type of stuff. Yeah, you can add your little stuff here and there and just read the room, sense their vibe. If they're feeling it, great. If they don't, okay, I know that this friend, we just talk about anime. I know that this friend, we just talk about relationships. I know this friend, we just talk about the Bible. I know this friend, and we just talk about nature and our civilization and society, things of that nature. Remember the type of friend that you are so you can make sure that you are being the best friend possible to another person. Not to say you should just put who you are to the side, but it's okay to incorporate yourself with also understanding who they are as a person. You would hate to meet someone that only cares about themselves, that only have their own agenda when it comes to your friendship, and that's it. They don't care about you. They just want to show their agenda of what kind of friend they want you to be, and that's it. That's not healthy. That's why you have to not only add yourself to the equation, but also figure out exactly what kind of friend you want to be to a specific person. I personally try my best not to be the same exact friend to each person, because I know that I'm very different, very unique, and each person's unique. The people you're going to meet are not going to be exactly what you think they're going to be. They may have so many different things going on with their lives, so many different traumas, so many different hurt, so many different ideas, hoping for future. They want to do real estate. All these different people that you meet, you can't just jump in and be that kind of person every single time just to accommodate them. Be yourself, learn exactly what kind of friend that they need, and then be that person. It's not going to kill you. First thing you got to do is just listen. Second thing is try to understand their personality, and the third thing is just to throw a little bit of yourself in there in the friendship. Nothing wrong with that at all. That way they could be the best friend to you because you can ask them the same thing. Simple as that. So, do you know what kind of friend you are? Ask yourself, do you know what kind of friend you are? You may be a distant friend. You may be a quiet friend. You may be an introverted friend, an outspoken friend, a friend that talks about real estate, a friend that talks about relationships, a friend that talks about anime, whatever kind of friend you are. But the best way to figure out if you're being the best friend and the best possible friend you can is to ask the people that's closest to you. I'm talking about good friends and asking them, am I being the best friend I could possibly be to you? What can I do better? Because it not only helps you learn about yourself and how you can improve, or it can just highlight the beautiful things that you do as a friend already that you could become better in. Simple as that. Don't be be afraid to ask your friends how good of a friend you are, because it's going to help you in the long run. Simple as that. So if you're struggling to figure out, well, what kind of friend I am, what kind of friend could I be, message me. Go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com, fill up that free 15-minute coaching session, fill out that checklist. Also go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com, to figure out who I am and coaching packages if you're ready to just get deep dive into your friendships and figure out what kind of friend you are. Follow me on Facebook, Colab Coaching, Instagram, Colab Coaching. All my series are on YouTube, Colab Coaching, COLAB Coaching on YouTube. Also, have a wonderful podcast with my wonderful friend Jackie with Heart and Soul Podcast. Go ahead and listen to all our two seasons worth of podcast information and episodes, and let us know what kind of episodes you want us to talk about on with Heart and Soul Podcast on Instagram. Also, You can find us on all major podcast stations as well. And you can see our lovely faces on YouTube as well. Just type it with Heart and Soul Podcast. That being said, thank you so much for listening, watching, whatever you're doing with this video. But just make sure you share it, because we are going deeper into friendships next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.